cloud vendors, you know that these cloud vendors do provide native infrastructure as a code tool. For example, if you're using Azure, Azure provides a tool called Azure Resource Manager, which has templates, which is also written in JSON. And if you're using AWS, AWS has its tool called CloudFormation, and GCP has its own CloudFormation. And most of them are either written in JSON or YAML. Now, what makes Terraform special is that if you learn Terraform, then you have the potential of creating infrastructure in any of these tools without having to relearn anything extra. So all that you need to do is you need to just change the provider name and the resource configuration. So using those two changes, you can create infrastructure in any of these cloud vendors. So it's just one language that gives you the capability of creating infrastructure in any of these cloud vendors. If you are a DevOps engineer, then it's imperative that you learn a basic view on how to create infrastructure, unlike if you're creating it using the native infrastructure as a code tool. Another very important factor about using a code like Terraform is the simplicity. So Terraform is specifically built for creating infrastructure, whereas a tool like Deployment Manager or even CloudFormation is very complex. And if you go through the code of CloudFormation or Deployment Manager, you will understand the complexity and the sheer number of lines that it takes you to create architecture. Whereas if you look at a tool like Terraform, since it's specifically built for creating infrastructure, it is more well thought out and it's a much simpler tool to learn. If you look to your left, it is a code to create a virtual machine in Azure. And if you look to your right, I have just copied a snippet of code to create a virtual machine in Azure Resource Management template tool. And it takes a much longer time to create infrastructure using the ARM rather than using a tool like Terraform.